Hello and welcome to your weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And so, my mommy just bought herself a new phone, but not really. And so I decided to make a review about it since I ran out of content and just right now just randomly grab stuff to review. But hey, at least I got one. But that's okay, Ryukin. So let us just take a brief breath. For a nice soda you have. And let's take a deep dive into this episode right now. Shall we? But hold up, before we watch and take a deep dive into this episode right here, so I must going to tell you guys a disclaimer that this is not my phone. It is not mine either. I don't have any ownership to this phone, but my mom did, because she did. She has an ownership over this phone, but not mine. This is not my phone, actually, literally and actually. And in this video right here, what you're going to see all about in this video right here, especially for the settings of this phone that says in English, well, it was all just the temporary settings that I made to this phone, just for only filming this video. As soon as I'm done filming this video, I'm going to revert back to its original state, like what it was on the first day that I saw this phone. And I think it originally came in Thai, which, well, my mom's Thai, my brother's Thai, my dad's Thai, everything is Thai in here. But I think I'm gonna count myself too. But well, okay, back to the video, because this is getting nonsense. So, in this new episode of Weekly Dose of Reviewing Stuff here, we are going to take a look at my mom's new personal phone that she just got recently right here. And here is an Oppo A16. It was first announced on July 17, 2021 and until its first official release on 4th of August 2021. And well, if I'm mistaken the day, so I'm just going to put the text right behind me for the actual release date of this thing. But well, I did a research about this phone, but I don't even remember the exact release date of this thing. But well, here's the fun fact. At the time that I got this phone for a checkup, my mom said it was the latest model. I'm gonna say, not really. It's because, well, I know they're still making these and it's still available, but well, I think it is gonna extinct soon. Or maybe they would just like discontinue the item. So I don't even imagine if 5 years later, this phone, it becomes discontinued. This thing is going to be a rare item, unlike my personal phone right here, which right now it becomes a rarity item. So this is my personal phone, so I couldn't find it anywhere now for this personal phone right here, which is like it becomes an exclusive item, but I was be lucky enough to buy it. So, and here's the box for an Oppo A16. So as you can see that it's not that interesting at all. And I'm gonna say it comes with 3 different colors and it comes with 2 different types of specs brightness, which can choose either 3GB and 32GB, or you can choose the maximum capacity of 4GB and 64GB. And well, it mostly depends on what you're gonna choose the specs for your Oppo A16. Which if you want a maximum use, so you can use a 4GB of RAM and a 64GB internal storage. Or if you don't want to use for gaming or all of that much, you would just choose a regular 3GB and 32GB one. In the case of my mom here, she bought herself a space silver one, and it's a 4GB and 64GB variant. And well, this is actually the maximum capacity as possible that you can get on this Oppo A16 right here. And well, it's about the same as my personal phone, but except in terms of processor and performance, I don't know. So, but it's mostly a bit better than my personal phone. And you can see that on the box of an Oppo A16, you can see that it's not even that interesting at all. And the only thing that I've seen right here is this the picture of what represents the A16 himself. And there is only one thing that I was pretty interested is on the bottom. And on the bottom right there, you can see that it's got a 5000 mAh long-lasting battery, a 3D sleek design. It's got an AI triple camera. It's got a HD Plus ICAD display. And well, speaking of HD Plus, the resolution of this thing is 1600 by 720, which it is about the same as the Vigo V4 Lite right here that I made a review about a month ago. And if you want to check the video, I will have a review about this Vigo V4 Lite right here, so I'll put the links in the description for the video where I made a review about the Vigo V4 Lite. Or maybe if you were lazy enough, I was just going to put it somewhere else in this video. Or maybe if you were lazy enough, you can check that out in the playlist, which I have made a special playlist for the series exclusively. So feel free to go and watch that playlist, or you can check out my old playlist if you dare. So you can go check them out both in this video or in the description for the playlist. So, and back to the Oppo A16. And on the bottom, once again, you can see that here's the color of the phone, and here is the model number for it, or the model, whatever it is a CPH2269. And there's an IMEI number right there, which I'm going to censor it for good reason. It's got two of them. And here's a legitimate sticker right there, which what it actually does is just going to claims you that the phone that you bought from Thailand is completely legit. And it's not came from any importers like a Myanmar or Malaysia or even China himself. But well, at least the phone itself is made in China, and the importer is actually from Thailand, which that means the entire thing is going to be completely legit and not the fake ones from the Myanmar or China or whatever, or even the welcome phones. So, and the camera is too bright for some reason, so I'm just going to adjust that. Okay, this is acceptable now. Alright, so, but despite the box of this thing is not that interesting at all, so right now I'm going to remove the cover for the box, put that aside, and you can see then here's the white paint Oppo box. And again, there's a sticker right there just to make sure that it's completely legit. So, and of course, this is from Thailand, so what you can expect? Just look at the second camera, because why not? Oops! Put that aside. Inside the box, we got a white suspicious box. I wonder what's inside. Inside the box, we got a quick startup guide, this safety manual or something, and there's something about the warranty, which the only thing that I see is this part right here where it's got cut off. And I think the phone itself has some warranty on it, but well. And here is the SIM tray remover right here, which is also including the white suspicious box. But we're just going to put that aside, but since it's not that interesting at all, except for somebody just actually cut the piece of paper on the paper where it talks about the warranty for this phone. Put that aside. And here is what inside the box. We got the phone itself. Oops. And here is our Oppo A16 in a nutshell. So as you can see then, here's what it looks like. Sorry, I'm recording. Looking pretty good to be honest for a 3D sleek design. And also inside in the box, you've got a power brick adapter, as well as a casual USB Type-C. That's what it looks like. Put that aside on both sides. And here is our Oppo A16 once again. Even on the box it says it's a 3D sleek design. But well, it also features the camera bump. It's not the bump, but it's a hump. The camera hump. And also on that camera hump, you would get the 3 keyboard camera setup, and you got a 2 megapixel macro camera, you got a 2 megapixel depth camera, and you also got a main 13 megapixel camera, which it's got everything that you might going to need for your mobile phone photography. But although there's no telescope or wide angle or anything, you will get is a macro and the depth camera and the main one, and that's it. And on the front, nothing but the screen and the front camera that's actually seems too close to the ear gun. And on the side is the power button right there and the fingerprint scanner. And on the side, you get volume buttons and some slot right here where you can put your 2 nano SIMs and your 1 micro SD card at the same time. And on top, it's completely nothing. And on the bottom, you got a 3.5mm jack, the microphone, USB Type-C port, and your speaker, which is located right there. And here's some scuffing on the phone, which is probably the sign of that it's got dropped or something. So it's just some scuffing from the previous owner. I don't know what the previous owner did to this phone, so I think it's got fixed up and everything. But alas, it's got a speaker on the bottom, like on my personal phone. And inside the guts of the phone, it's running on ColorOS version 11.1 based on Android 11, and of course is about the same as my personal phone. But except in terms of the performance, well, it's going to be a bit better than my personal phone. And let's take a look at the settings right here. And of course, it has 4GB of RAM and it's an octa-core processor. And also, it has a MediaTek processor inside. So I couldn't escape from MediaTek. Okay, so in terms of the screen, which I'm gonna say, it's not that washed out that much. But even though somebody said it's kind of washed out, but well, it mostly depends on what you're gonna look at it. So, but in terms of the performance, which I'm gonna say is going to work just fine. So, I really like how it's got the sound when you're closing something else. Oh, what the? Alright, so close them all. There we go. No recent text. And right now, I'm going to test a YouTube on this phone, just to make an requirement to the gaming test on this phone. And right now, I'm going to search for the 4K video. Here we go. Okay, so and here is the 4K video performance. And right now, I'm going to put at the maximum 1080p. And it is struggle to play a 1080p video. And hey, keep in mind that I have a 5G network on, so this is gonna be fine. Well, it's just struggles to play a 4K video on 1080p. Okay, so oh, there we go. And it's just lags and lags. Struggle to play. Struggle to buffer. Oh hey, do you know what? I'm just going to browse my videos instead. Oh, there we go. It's playing. Okay, so keep in mind that I have a 5G network being connected onto this phone, so everything is going to be as fast as what it is. But well, it does go as I planned. Okay, so for a 1080p video, this is actually a basic standard for the most of the smartphone these days, that you can play the video up to 1080p and not the 4K or 2K. So, but I think all of them is actually going to play a 4K video just fine, but although it is on 1080p. And what about my YouTube videos? Work just fine, like nothing happened. It's about the same as what I test on a 4K video. So let's take a look at the terms of speakers of this phone. Speaking of a music test, I really like the song. Okay, so for the terms of speakers, which I'm gonna say it doesn't sound too bad, but although it's got a high quality like audio speakers to it, but although it's actually works just fine. But aside from having a mono speaker, so it's actually what you're gonna expect on the most other smartphone these days. And also keep in mind that for the one final time, I have a 5G network being connected onto this phone, so all the problems where it's actually gonna buffer is of course 0%. Okay, that's enough boy kissing. That's enough. Okay, so in terms of an internet test, which I'm gonna say it's got a standard fare going on here, unlike this phone right here, which, well, it's got a 2.4G support and, well, it's a basic standard smartphone. But although for Vigo V4 Lite and compared to this, so I'm gonna say it's got almost every standard fare that you might going to need for one smartphone to work, like an internet or the Google test. And speaking of Google tests, it's looking like that. Okay, so I'm not going to search something on Google, but since I have done a YouTube test already, and here's some tools, so let's take a look at them one by one. And here is the audio recorder, and here's the audio recorder right here, which, well, it's just some typical stock Oppo app. And here's the sound quality.
Absolutely nothing.
Okay, the microphone on this thing, it doesn't sound too bad after all, but although it's got a high quality like the speaker itself on this thing. Okay, so that was really it for the YouTube test and some microphone tests which I've done previously. And what about the calculator? Looking like a calculator, but except it's a stock Oppo app. So, but it's also got an exchange rate and unit converter too. Not gonna lie, the compass, well, it's just going to look like a compass. What the? Okay, there we go. It works. Hey, stop making novice reference. Okay, so the compass does work as usual. And what about the camera on this phone? And so in terms of the camera on this thing, which I'm gonna say the quality isn't too bad. It doesn't look too bad. The photo quality is acceptable for a 13 megapixel camera. And what about the macro camera? Well, let's take a look at the photo right here. So and here's the photo right here where I took a picture of this USB Type-C right here in a macro camera. And you can see that the quality of the macro camera isn't the best, but is acceptable for this type of macro shooting. But although you can see a bit of pixels inside there, but well, that was just the effective pixels that you might going to expect for a 2 megapixel camera. And here's the photo right here where I took with this fingerprint scanner right here. You can see that the picture is in fact a bit blurry because from the shaky hands. And here's the video, I think. Let's go up many text on there. And here's the video right here. Okay, so in terms of video recording, which I'm gonna say they didn't look too bad, but for 1080p video recording, this is actually what you're gonna expect on a standard Oppo smartphone. But hey, the video quality isn't look too bad after all. Okay, so and here's some LED flashlight test for this Oppo A16 2021 smartphone. And you can see that this flashlight right here is very bright for a 2021 smartphone, but except this thing right here, it has a pretty nice yellowness in an LED light. As well as the microphone too. Oppo A16. The microphone on this thing, it doesn't sound too bad. It's kind of sound like a high quality like microphone to it. It's very bright for a 2021 smartphone. Okay, so just like what I said, the flashlight of this thing, it is acceptable for this kind of a 2021 smartphone. And speaking of the yellowness in the flashlight, so and right now I'm going to turn on the field light for the photo mode, and oh, it is reasonably bright, and it's got a nice yellowness warming to it. But though this is actually gonna light things up well in the dark. But we're just going to turn everything back to normal. And here is the picture right here where I took my studio setup with LED flashlight. And this is where I took the night mode, I guess. And here's what I took in professional mode, which is going to be looking something like this. It's got a lot of noise in there. Oh my god. But it's actually an effective from, like, you know, a really low shutter speed, which it makes the picture inside there look even more brighter than what it was. And of course, this is actually going to be suitable for ghost hunting too. So, and here's the photo right here where I took in night mode, which it doesn't help that much. And here's the video right here on scan. It's got 5x digital zoom, which I think it is not too bad for this smartphone right here, but although it's a basic standard for an Oppo smartphone. So speaking of a digital zoom, it's got 5x digital zoom. Or you can choose either this or this. So you can tap two different types of zoom, or you can just leave it one, like that. And here's the video interface, which is going to be looking like this. As well as the front camera, looking like that also. The photo, looking like that also. Portrait, software. What about the back? It's not that software. So, but except it's just going to make a bokeh effect on something else that you want to take a photo of. And of course, it's gonna be looking like that. And let's take a look at the photo right here. And you can see that here's what it looks like when I took in portrait mode. And it feels like it's got some, well, a bit of software makeup to it, but hey, at least the photo quality isn't too bad after all. And I didn't test any filters on it, but well, at least it's usable. So, and you can choose your frame from 4x3, 1x1, 4 and 16x9, which unfortunately my personal phone doesn't have this feature, which you can take a photo in 16x9. And okay, so that was really it for around the camera of this thing in a nutshell, which I'm gonna say I'm not going to take a deep detail that much, but since, well, it's gonna waste a lot of time talking about the details about the camera on this thing. But well, in terms of camera use, which I'm gonna say it doesn't look too bad, but although it mostly depends on what you're gonna choose. But well, for a standard smartphone, this is actually what you're gonna get. But although if you weren't serious about the camera, you're just going to use it like a regular smartphone. And of course, the video that you can send is only up to 1080p on the camera of this thing, both the back and front camera. So, and of course, it's an 8 megapixel front camera. So, but of course, the front camera is actually sitting too close to the ear gun, which my dad said there's any chances where the dust is gonna go through inside the camera lens, and then it's gonna be like unusable. And then the only way they can clean it up is just going to remove the screen entirely and then clean that off. And that's it. Okay, so that was really it for around the camera and the YouTube test and a bit of an internet test on this phone, which I'm gonna say it's got a basic standard fare going on here, like my Vigo V4 Lite right here, but except the specs of this thing is gone even higher than this one. But although the Oppo A16, which I think it's like a basic smartphone that you can actually buy on your local market or your Lazada or your Shopee, Amazon, whatever. But although at the time recording this, it is still available and it's still sold. But well, I don't know if during the future in 5 years it's just going to discontinue or something, and this thing right here is going to become a rarity item like my personal phone right here. So I don't know how long it's gonna last, but if it is the bestseller that's gonna still making all of these. So that was basically it for the review of my mom's personal phone. And well, what about the terms of actual use? Well, the terms of actual use, which I'm gonna say this phone right here is going to be suitable for both internet browsing, play games, using camera, all of that stuff, but it is going to be powerful enough to do something else that the most on the fast smartphones would do, and not all of the welcome smartphones would do that. Shut up, just a few seconds. And that was really it for in terms of use. And well, what about my after conclusions? So my after conclusions of this, so I'm gonna say it's mostly usable. It's mostly usable for both using in your everyday lifetime, like play games, browsing the internet, play TikTok, play Facebook, play YouTube videos, and all of that stuff that you might going to do in your everyday life. And well, what about the camera? The camera, they were acceptable. And okay, so that was basically it for this video. And well, of course, this phone right here is going to go to my mom, as always. And well, the TPU case. Just go to that. Alright, here's what it looks like with a TPU case on it. So that was basically it for the review of an Oppo A16, a 2021 smartphone. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And don't forget to leave us a like, comment, and also the most importantly is the most important one is to consider subscribe to my YouTube channel and you become a member of our YouTube channel as always. And then I will see you guys later in the next video where I'm going to do more quality content like this for you guys. And well, just look at a second camera because why not? I'm gonna close up the camera. And well, I will see you guys later in the next video where I'm going to do more quality content like this for you guys. And alas, for now. And I will see you there in the next video. Bye bye!